The karma of hurting a good heart. In this world, something rare is more powerful than beauty, status, or wealth. It's a good heart, one that believes in you when you stop believing in yourself. It forgives mistakes before you even apologize and stays loyal through storms. But even the kindest heart has limits. When you hurt someone who only wanted the best for you, the universe takes note. That circle of energy is what we call karma. Ava was that kind of heart, giving without asking for anything in return. She stayed loyal, patient, understanding, even when she was the only one fighting. When she met Jordan, she thought she'd finally found someone who matched her energy. Someone who valued honesty, consistency, and kindness. For a while, the love was real and the laughter constant. They built dreams together, late-night talks planning an unbreakable future. But somewhere along the way, things changed. Slowly, quietly. The kisses became routine, the I love yous less certain. As Jordan started to drift, chasing new faces, new attention, new highs. He convinced himself he was missing out on something else. He told himself Ava would always be there waiting, forgiving, understanding. Because that's what good hearts do, right? They stay. Every ignored message taught her how to live without him. Every broken promise and cold night taught her to recognize her own worth. The night that Ava found out about his betrayal, she didn't scream or throw things. She just stopped trying, stopped explaining, stopped begging to be understood. Because when a good heart finally breaks, it doesn't get angry, it gets quiet. That silence is the sound of someone who finally learned their worth. She packed her things with steady hands, no yelling, no revenge. She stood by the door and whispered to herself, "One day, you'll understand what you lost." Then she walked away. That's the moment karma began its work. At first, Jordan felt free. No responsibility, no expectations. Freedom without peace is just emptiness disguised as control. Days passed, and the silence that used to bother him suddenly became unbearable. He reached for his phone 100 times but had nothing left to say. He replayed her laughter in his mind, and it hurt. It hurt, not because she was gone, but because he realized he pushed away the one person who truly cared. He started remembering the little things, her laughter in the morning, her hands making his coffee, her gentle voice when he was angry. What he called boring now felt like peace. What he called clingy now felt like love. What he called too much now felt like everything he would give anything to have again. That's what karma does. It doesn't punish, it teaches. It shows you exactly what you made someone else feel until you understand. Meanwhile, Ava was healing. Slowly, quietly. At first, the nights were hard. The bed felt too big, the memories too loud. But she focused on the canvas, finding structure in the lines, beauty in the color. She started sleeping through the night, waking up to her own light, not waiting for someone else's. The absence of Jordan's chaos became the foundation of her peace. She wasn't waiting for revenge. She was simply living her truth. Jordan, meanwhile, was learning the hardest lesson. That a good heart isn't something you can earn back once you've thrown it away. But healing always begins in silence. She started walking in the mornings, painting again, spending time with people who made her laugh. She rediscovered herself piece by piece, remembering who she was before proving her worth. And one day, she woke up and realized she didn't think about him anymore. Not with pain, not with anger, just peace. That was her karma, peace after chaos. Closure without conversation. Jordan's karma was different. It wasn't loud or immediate. It came in moments. It came when he saw her post a photo smiling again, genuinely happy, glowing in her own light. It came when he knew she had moved on, He understood being replaced by peace. That's what happens when you hurt a good heart. You lose the version of yourself they brought out of you. Months went by. He tried to fill the void with new people, but nothing worked. Because karma doesn't let you escape your reflection. It keeps reminding you of the lessons you refused to learn when you had the chance. One night, sitting in the same apartment, Jordan whispered, "I finally understand. I wasn't bored. I was loved." He didn't expect forgiveness. He didn't expect her back. He just understood. That's what karma really is, not revenge, but realization. Ava, on the other hand, had grown. She wasn't bitter. She wasn't waiting. She had forgiven him quietly, not for him, but for herself. Because peace doesn't come from closure, it comes from acceptance. The universe takes away what doesn't value you and replaces it with peace. If you've ever been the one who gave everything, don't chase revenge or answers. Your silence, your growth, your healing, that's karma doing its work in your favor. Jordan finally found the lesson embedded within his pain. The universe restored balance by honoring the heart that stayed true. Ava didn't need an apology to feel whole again. Jordan finally found the lesson embedded within his pain. You don't need to watch their life fall apart. The lesson is enough. The universe has already seen everything that happened behind closed doors. Stay kind, stay genuine. That energy will build you into something unshakable. If you hurt someone with a pure heart, don't run from the guilt. Sit with it. Let it teach you. Pain is sometimes the only thing that opens our eyes. You might think you lost a person, but you really lost the peace they brought. A good heart is not replaceable. You can find affection, but not that same quiet, loyal love. Karma doesn't destroy, it teaches. It lets you feel the pain you once caused. Ava found peace. Jordan found understanding. That's the full circle of karma, one heart restored, one heart humbled. The balance returned. So cherish the ones who love you honestly. Protect the ones who choose you daily. Never take loyalty for granted. When a good heart walks away, it doesn't come back. Peace comes not from getting what you want, but valuing what you already had. Karma doesn't always strike fast. Sometimes it waits quietly. It waits until the lesson sinks deep enough to change you. And when it does, you'll remember the pain wasn't punishment. It was the universe showing you what love truly means. Protect good hearts. Cherish real love. Never forget the energy you give always finds its way back. Music fades. Screen fades to black. Text on screen. Karma doesn't punish, it teaches. Text on screen. Don't hurt what's pure. Text on screen. Don't lose what's real. Ava found peace. Jordan found understanding. The balance returned. Always protect the good hearts in your life. They are the rarest treasures of all. Because when they walk away, the silence they leave is deafening. Cherish loyalty. It is the foundation that doesn't betray you. Value what you had before it becomes only a realization. The quiet moments were the most profound when Ava was present. Jordan often took that deep, grounding comfort for granted. He confused stimulation with happiness. Ava's consistent, gentle presence was perceived as predictable. But predictability is the hallmark of true reliability. When she left, the structure of his days collapsed instantly. He began to check his phone constantly, hoping for the old pattern to resume. Ava, meanwhile, found liberation in the quiet routines. Her painting became more expressive, channeling past sorrow into vibrant color. Jordan started seeking comfort in noise to mask the internal screams. This noise was the new distraction, the replacement for authentic connection. He saw an old friend who mentioned Ava, and the hurt was immediate and sharp. It wasn't jealousy, it was the sting of undeniable loss. Ava's peace was tangible proof of the worth he rejected. Jordan finally understood. The emptiness was self-inflicted. The universe mirrored his internal state back to him perfectly. Ava's new friends celebrated her resilience, not her suffering. Jordan was only capable of remembering his own selfishness. The hardest part of karma is the clarity that follows the pain. He missed her not as a companion, but as his moral compass. Ava's silence was her strength. It dictated the end. Jordan's noise was his weakness. It masked his lack of substance. The universe restores balance by honoring the heart that stayed true. Ava didn't need an apology to feel whole again. Jordan finally found the lesson embedded within his pain. Karma doesn't always strike fast. Sometimes it waits quietly. It waits until the lesson sinks deep enough to change you. And when it does, you'll remember the pain wasn't punishment. It was the universe showing you what love truly means. Protect good hearts. Cherish real love. Never forget the energy you give always finds its way back. Music fades. Screen fades to black. Text on screen. Karma doesn't punish, it teaches. Text on screen. Don't hurt what's pure. Text on screen. Don't lose what's real. Ava found peace. Jordan found understanding. The balance returned. Always protect the good hearts in your life. They're the rarest treasures of all. Because when they walk away, the silence they leave is deafening. Cherish loyalty. It is the foundation that doesn't betray you. Value what you had before it becomes only a realization.